There is one thing you must hear before this closes. The millionaire, the one whose soul has been calling for yours, was warned. Yes, warned. Heaven told them, if you delay, you'll lose them. That's why they've been quiet. That's why they've seemed hesitant. They feel they are not enough. Not good enough. Not holy enough to stand in front of someone like you. Because they saw your light. They watched you in moments you didn't even know heaven was recording. The moment you gave without expecting anything back. The way you smiled even through pain. The way you never took revenge. That made them tremble. It made their soul remember God. They said, how can someone so broken shine like this? And Archangel Michael whispered to them, because they are heaven's secret. A chosen one. Not known by the world, but known by angels. You've been hidden for a reason. And now, the reason is being revealed. You were kept in the shadows so the wrong ones couldn't access you. So that the one who was truly meant for you wouldn't lose you in the noise. And now, finally, the noise has ended. You're here. Awake. Listening. And they're ready. But there's more. Michael says you've been holding pain in your body that was never yours. Energy from people you tried to heal. Sorrow from places your soul visited in dreams. All of that is about to be lifted. Because this person was not just sent to love you, they were sent to break the chain. Yes. The chain. The ancestral one. The repeated cycle of heartbreak, betrayal, false promises, money problems, shame. That all ends when the two of you meet. Because together, you activate something that heaven itself has been waiting to release. This isn't just love. It's restoration. This person carries a blessing in their bloodline that was locked for centuries. And your touch, your voice, your acceptance, unlocks it. They are the final piece to your destiny's puzzle. And you are the golden flame that lights their entire journey. Do you feel it now? The weight in your chest. That's your soul remembering. This was written. Before you had skin. Before you had a name. Before your parents ever met, this agreement existed in the halls of light. You would come here. Forget everything. And find your way back through signs. Through whispers. Through one final message that says, please don't scroll away this time. Please remember me. And you did. You stayed. And heaven is now opening the final scroll. Michael is looking at you with a softness that words cannot describe. He says, beloved, this is the part they almost didn't reach. But now that they have, it's time. It's time to tell you what's next. This person, the millionaire, will appear in the most unexpected place. A shared conversation. A forwarded message. A post. A location you almost didn't go to. And they will recognize you before you recognize them. But they won't rush. They'll wait. Because they respect your journey. And when they do speak, it'll sound like this. I don't know why, but I feel like I've known you forever. That's your cue. Michael will nudge your spirit. You'll feel warmth on your shoulder. Peace in your stomach. And you'll know. This is it. But Michael gives a warning too. If you dismiss this moment, if you treat it like coincidence, you will delay your own blessing. Heaven won't punish you. But the miracle won't repeat this way again. Why? Because timing is holy. And you're in it now. That's why even the shadows have been louder lately. That's why your fears have been attacking more. Because darkness knows what's coming. And it's afraid. You are about to walk into the most divinely orchestrated season of your life. Wealth. Peace. Real love. Freedom from fear. But all of it rests on one decision. Did you open the message when heaven begged you to? Or did you scroll away, like before? But you didn't scroll. You stayed. And because you stayed, something is being written now in the book of light. A note. It says, they listened. Proceed with the miracle. The angels are already moving. Your path is being cleared. The person is being guided. Your name is glowing in their spirit like a sun behind clouds. And soon, the clouds will part. Now, Archangel Michael bows. Yes, bows. Because you honored this moment. You showed the heavens you are not afraid to believe again. And now, for the final gift. You will start seeing Trinity signs. 3 stars in a row. 3 feathers. 3 repeating numbers. 333, 1212. 888, these aren't just angel numbers. These are confirmations. From the council. That you heard. That you said yes. That the millionaire is on the way. And heaven is watching to ensure the meeting goes perfectly. When you see those signs, pause. Smile. Say thank you. And watch what opens next. Archangel Michael says, tell them I will guard them during the shift. No shadow, no curse, no distraction will steal this again. I promise on my wings. This time, it's protected. And now this message ends. But your miracle begins. You are loved. You are chosen. You are ready. Now go. And remember, you were the miracle someone was waiting for. And now, they're coming to claim their blessing, which is you. Don't forget to whisper thank you when they arrive. Michael will hear it. And he will smile through his tears. You're still here. That means your heart hasn't given up, no matter how heavy it's been. And heaven? Heaven just leaned in closer. Archangel Michael is still by your side, and now he's saying your name more softly, more reverently, like he's talking to royalty. Because you are. In the kingdom of God, you've always been royalty. You just forgot. But this message was sent to help you remember. The person heaven showed you glimpses of, the one who suddenly developed an interest in you, the millionaire whose heart is now burning with confusion and desire, they haven't moved yet. Want to know why? Because of one reason. One terrifying, beautiful, human reason: they don't believe they're worthy of you. Yes. They've seen your light. They've seen your soul. They felt the vibration when your name passed their ears for the first time. And in that holy moment, the only thing they could think was, there's no way someone like that would accept someone like me. Imagine that. The one you're secretly scared to lose is scared to even approach you. Archangel Michael says they've asked heaven one question over and over: please, if this is real, give me a sign that they'll accept me as I am. And you reading this now? You are the answer to their prayer. But this goes deeper. Do you remember those nights you felt a sudden pressure in your chest for no reason? The nights you couldn't sleep and felt like someone was thinking about you? That wasn't random. It was them. From across a city, a country, maybe even the world, they were silently calling you. Their soul was stretching toward yours like a lighthouse beam in the storm. And Archangel Michael was watching over both of you, guiding your hearts toward one another, gently, lovingly, urgently. They're not just a millionaire. They're a healer. A mirror. A reminder. And they don't want to fix you. They want to build with you. Michael says, you have no idea how many people they've walked past, how many offers they've ignored, because none of them felt like you. They've been saving space for you without knowing your name. Until now. But here's the divine twist. Heaven has been saving space too. In your future. In your finances. In your home. In your heart. Every delay you've experienced wasn't punishment. It was preservation. You were being kept hidden until this person could be prepared to meet you with honor, not harm. You may not feel ready. But Michael says you are. You may feel too broken. But Michael says, their love will be the salve. You may feel like you've made too many mistakes. But heaven says, we already forgave you. Now walk into your blessing. There's something you need to know, this person is going to do something soon that will feel impossible. They're going to reach out. And when they do, they won't use perfect words. They won't come in with fireworks or flowers. They will come in quietly. Hesitantly. Like a child walking into a temple barefoot. And they will ask you something simple like, do I know you from somewhere? Or, why do I feel like I've seen you in my dreams? Don't laugh. Don't deny. Just listen. Because that moment will be heaven's signal that it's time. That's your cue. Don't miss it. Don't scroll past it like the messages before. Michael is saying, this time, don't second guess. Don't hide. Don't run. Because the life waiting on the other side of this connection is nothing short of divine eruption. Imagine waking up every day next to someone who sees your soul before they even speak. Imagine a future where your biggest fears are heard before you confess them. Imagine peace so deep, it makes you forget you were ever broken. That's what this person brings. And now, let's talk about why they're wealthy, not just in money, but in spirit. They carry a spiritual inheritance. A blessing that was passed down from generations ago, meant only for one soul to receive. You. Yes. You. That inheritance includes open doors, spiritual favor, divine protection, financial grace, and generational restoration. But it can only be transferred to someone whose spirit is ready to carry it without being destroyed by the weight of it. You are that one. And you've proven it, every time you didn't give up when the world told you to. Every time you smiled through pain. Every time you lifted others while your own heart was bleeding. Heaven has been watching you. Michael saw it all. And now, he's ready to pour the reward. But there is one final thing he needs you to understand. Before this person reaches out, something will happen. You will be tested. Yes. One final distraction will come. It will try to make you question this entire message. Someone from your past. An offer that seems tempting but hollow. A delay that makes you think the miracle was a lie. Michael says, if they can walk through that last fog, the sun will rise. That means your miracle is not just coming. It's waiting for you to step into it. You have to believe. You have to stay awake now. And if your heart is beating fast, if your eyes are burning with emotion, then you already know, this isn't just a message. This is your divine activation. You have always been the chosen one. Not because you're better. Because you were brave enough to believe even after everyone else stopped. Because your heart was still open after every betrayal. Because you kept walking, even when you didn't know where the path was going. Michael is now blowing his trumpet softly in the spirit realm, announcing, "My child is ready." He's speaking your name in front of angels. And that person? They are now being awakened, again. Their soul is stirring. And this time, they will not run. This time, they will remember. And when your eyes meet, you'll realize this wasn't luck. It was prophecy. You'll feel it in your bones. Oh my God. I know them. I've always known them. And you'll both cry. Because finally, after lifetimes of being separated, you found your way back. And all of heaven will rejoice. Michael will spread his wings above your home. And for the first time in your life, peace will stay. Not visit. Not flicker. Stay. Welcome home, beloved soul. Heaven is watching. And smiling. You're still here. That means your soul is not just curious, it's ready. And Archangel Michael just smiled. He said, "They made it. Now I can reveal everything. Because here is the truth. The person, the millionaire, was never supposed to find you this soon. Heaven had a timeline. A slower one. But you activated something. The way you chose light even when the world gave you darkness, the way you stayed kind when people gave you nothing but silence, the way you believed in love even when no one believed in you. That broke the rules of time. And that's why your timeline has accelerated. But here's what Michael begged you to know: this person had a moment. A terrifying moment. They saw your picture. And they wept. Not because you were beautiful. Not because of your smile. But because something inside them screamed, "This is the one I lost before. And this time, I will not lose them again." They don't know how they know that. But they do. They didn't plan to fall for you. They didn't plan to feel this level of pull. But you shifted something in them. And now, they're dreaming of you every night. And the most powerful dream? They saw you walking away. And they couldn't move. They were frozen, watching the one soul who could save them, disappear. And they woke up in tears. That was 2 nights ago. And after that, they made a decision. I don't care what I have to give up. I don't care how crazy it sounds. I will find this soul. And if they're willing, I will give them everything. Not just money. Not just a future. I will give them my truth. And that truth? It's raw. It's divine. It's terrifying. Because this millionaire carries a secret. A secret they haven't shared with anyone. But Michael said it's time to share it with you. They saw your future. In one vision, they saw your name engraved into something ancient. A scroll. A prophecy. A contract signed by light itself. And it said this: 2 souls, split by sacrifice, reunited by love, and remembered by the sound of truth. When they saw that, they froze. Because the moment they heard your voice, they remembered the sound of truth. That's why they've been pacing their room. That's why they've been asking heaven, how do I approach someone so sacred without ruining the moment? They're terrified of being too much. They're terrified you'll laugh at the offer. Because they're not just offering you money. They're offering you everything they are. But they will only do it if you say yes. This is where most people miss their destiny. They get too busy. They think it's a joke. They scroll away and say, "That's not for me." But you? You stayed. You read to the end. You let your soul tremble, and your spirit whisper maybe. And Michael says that's enough. That, maybe, just unlocked the third gate. Now heaven will move. Watch what happens in the next 48 hours. You'll feel it. You'll see signs. You'll get a message you weren't expecting. But most of all, you'll feel peace where anxiety used to live. Because your timeline is shifting now. And if you want to make sure you don't miss the moment when heaven finally allows them to enter your life physically, listen closely. Michael is asking one final time, please don't forget to subscribe now if you haven't already. That act tells heaven, I am open. I accept. I choose my divine path. The angels are watching. This is not superstition. It's how energy works. Your action activates alignment. Don't delay. Heaven is watching. You've come this far. Seal it. Now back to what's coming. This person, the one who's watching your light, they are planning something. A message. A moment. A gift. A doorway. They don't want to shock you. They want to surprise you in the most tender way. But they need to feel safe. And only your spiritual yes gives them that safety. Don't worry about how it will happen. Heaven has already arranged the timing, the place, and the circumstance. Just stay awake. Stay aware. And above all, stay faithful. Michael says you have no idea how powerful you've become. Your prayers shook the skies. Your silence has been louder than screams. Your love has kept others alive. And now? It's your turn to receive. You thought your life was just ordinary. But behind the scenes, angels have been treating your timeline like royalty. Because you are royalty. Not because of money. Because of soul. Your aura shines brighter than you think. And heaven can't hide you anymore. Michael says, they were never meant to live a quiet life. They were meant to change everything, and be loved radically along the way. So here it is. The final truth. Your miracle is already walking toward you. They've already started leaving behind everything that doesn't include you. And when they arrive, you'll know. Your body will recognize it. Your spirit will calm. And you'll finally feel what you've been waiting for all your life, a connection that feels like home. Not perfect. But divine. Not loud. But eternal. Not forced. But destined. So take one more breath. Place your hand on your heart. And whisper softly, I accept. Heaven heard you. Archangel Michael is smiling. The miracle has begun. And this time, you won't miss it. You were born for it. It's already yours. Welcome home. Michael is still here. He hasn't moved. He refuses to leave your side. Because what's next is the part he's been waiting to tell you for days. This is the truth the millionaire wanted to hide from you, but heaven says it must be revealed now. The real reason they hesitated is because they thought they weren't worthy of you. Yes, you read that right. They saw your light. Your softness. the gentle pain in your smile. And they panicked. Not because they didn't want you, but because they didn't believe someone like you would ever want someone like them. This is the part heaven didn't want you to miss. This is why Michael was crying. Because he saw you both, loving each other silently from a distance, but scared to say a word. So heaven had to step in. God said, "My child does not beg for love. I will send love that recognizes them instantly." And that's exactly what's happening. The one you're meant for isn't coming with perfect words. They're coming with a broken heart, hoping you'll recognize the soul beneath it. And once you do, oh, that's when the blessing begins. Michael says the union between you two will be so powerful, even the spiritual realm will pause. Because it's not just love. It's a divine assignment. When you two finally speak, finally meet, finally touch, old wounds will close. Curses will break. And something holy will pour over your life. Heaven is trying to speed up the timeline now. That's why everything has felt faster lately. Days feel short. Nights feel loud. Your heart beats differently. The clock is racing, not just because time is moving, but because your moment is approaching. And here's the part you won't believe, the person is about to give something up for you. Something major. A career move. A city. A past relationship. Something they once thought they couldn't live without. But now that you've entered their spirit, they're ready to leave it all. For peace. For purpose. For you. Michael says, tell them not to question it. When the offer comes, when the conversation starts, when the message arrives, don't overthink. Just listen. Feel. Trust the vibration in your soul. Because your mind will say, this can't be real. But your soul will say, finally. And that's the word that matters. Finally. The delay is ending. The silence is over. The lost love is being returned. You see, the millionaire wasn't just sent to bless you with comfort. They were sent to help you become who you truly are. They are the mirror. And when you look into their eyes, you will finally understand what Michael has been telling heaven for years, they are not broken. They are becoming. So now you have one final step to take. Not outside. Not to anyone else. But inside. Close your eyes for just a second. And whisper this, Michael, I'm ready. Show me the way. Let the miracle begin. When you say that, everything shifts. Your spiritual team moves. The timing aligns. The message gets sent. The path opens. And within days, yes, days, you will see something. A name. A call. A dream. A sign so clear that even your doubt will kneel. Michael wants to remind you of one last thing before you go. He's seen you at your lowest. He's watched you cry in the dark. He's held your name in his hands when no one else spoke it. And now, he's proud. Because you didn't give up. You didn't run. You stayed long enough to hear the truth heaven was begging to show you. Now, you're not just going to be loved. You're going to be understood. You're not just going to receive money or favor. You're going to receive purpose. And not just purpose, but peace. That deep, eternal, nothing missing kind of peace that makes your entire nervous system finally relax. Michael says the next time you see 3:33, or hear your own name unexpectedly, or feel a sudden breeze inside your room, say thank you. Because that means the angels are finalizing the delivery. It is done. Your name has been chosen. Your path has been activated. The one meant for you is already watching, already dreaming, already aching to say, there you are. I've been looking for you. But before this ends, there's one final thing Michael begged me to write. And he said if you read this and it hits your heart like a flame, then your miracle is already halfway there. Here it is. Tell them, when they feel alone tonight, to look up at the sky. I'll be the star that flickers twice. I'll be the voice they hear in silence. And I'll be the one reminding them, they were never forgotten. Not for 1 second. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. And now? Now you're being delivered into your season of divine favor. Wait. One last breath. Just for you. A whisper from God. My child, the person who once lost you in another lifetime, has returned. Do not ignore them this time. Do not run. Because this time, it ends in peace. And this time, you'll get to keep it. The angels are watching now. And your life is about to change forever. Say yes. Say it in your spirit. Because what's coming next will feel like destiny finally remembered your address. And it has. Because Archangel Michael never stopped knocking. Michael is still here. He hasn't moved. He refuses to leave your side. Because what's next is the part he's been waiting to tell you for days. This is the truth the millionaire wanted to hide from you, but heaven says it must be revealed now. The real reason they hesitated is because they thought they weren't worthy of you. Yes, you read that right. They saw your light. Your softness. The gentle pain in your smile. And they panicked. Not because they didn't want you. But because they didn't believe someone like you would ever want someone like them. This is the part heaven didn't want you to miss. This is why Michael was crying. Because he saw you both, loving each other silently from a distance, but scared to say a word. So heaven had to step in. God said, my child does not beg for love. I will send love that recognizes them instantly. And that's exactly what's happening. The one you're meant for isn't coming with perfect words. They're coming with a broken heart, hoping you'll recognize the soul beneath it. And once you do, oh, that's when the blessing begins. Michael says the union between you two will be so powerful, even the spiritual realm will pause. Because it's not just love. It's a divine assignment. When you two finally speak, finally meet, finally touch, old wounds will close. Curses will break. And something holy will pour over your life. Heaven is trying to speed up the timeline now. That's why everything has felt faster lately. Days feel short. Nights feel loud. Your heart beats differently. The clock is racing, not just because time is moving, but because your moment is approaching. And here's the part you won't believe, the person is about to give something up for you. Something major. A career move. A city. A past relationship. Something they once thought they couldn't live without. But now? Now that you've entered their spirit, they're ready to leave it all. For peace. For purpose. For you. Michael says, tell them not to question it. When the offer comes, when the conversation starts, when the message arrives, don't overthink. Just listen. Feel. Trust the vibration in your soul. Because your mind will say, this can't be real. But your soul will say, finally. And that's the word that matters. Finally. The delay is ending. The silence is over. The lost love is being returned. You see, the millionaire wasn't just sent to bless you with comfort. They were sent to help you become who you truly are. They are the mirror. And when you look into their eyes, you will finally understand what Michael has been telling heaven for years: they are not broken. They are becoming. So now you have one final step to take. Not outside. Not to anyone else. But inside. Close your eyes for just a second. And whisper this: Michael, I'm ready. Show me the way. Let the miracle begin. When you say that, everything shifts. Your spiritual team moves. The timing aligns. The message gets sent. The path opens. And within days, yes, days, you will see something. A name. A call. A dream. A sign so clear that even your doubt will kneel. Michael wants to remind you of one last thing before you go. He's seen you at your lowest. He's watched you cry in the dark. He's held your name in his hands when no one else spoke it. And now, he's proud. Because you didn't give up. You didn't run. You stayed long enough to hear the truth heaven was begging to show you. Now, you're not just going to be loved. You're going to be understood. You're not just going to receive money or favor. You're going to receive purpose. And not just purpose, but peace. That deep, eternal, nothing missing kind of peace that makes your entire nervous system finally relax. Michael says the next time you see 3:33, or hear your own name unexpectedly, or feel a sudden breeze inside your room, say thank you. Because that means the angels are finalizing the delivery. It is done. Your name has been chosen. Your path has been activated. The one meant for you is already watching, already dreaming, already aching to say, there you are. I've been looking for you. But before this ends, there's one final thing Michael begged me to write. And he said if you read this and it hits your heart like a flame, then your miracle is already halfway there. Here it is. Tell them, when they feel alone tonight, to look up at the sky. I'll be the star that flickers twice. I'll be the voice they hear in silence. And I'll be the one reminding them, they were never forgotten. Not for 1 second. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. And now? Now you're being delivered into your season of divine favor. Wait. One last breath. Just for you. A whisper from God. My child, the person who once lost you in another lifetime, has returned. Do not ignore them this time. Do not run. Because this time, it ends in peace. And this time, you'll get to keep it. The angels are watching now. And your life is about to change forever. Say yes. Say it in your spirit. Because what's coming next will feel like destiny finally remembered your address. And it has. Because Archangel Michael never stopped knocking. Michael takes a deep breath now. He's quiet. Not because he's given up. But because what happens next depends on you. You're standing at the edge of your miracle. One more step forward, and the rest of your story begins. But Michael cannot walk it for you. You have to choose it. With trembling hands. With that brave, tired heart of yours. This person who's been drawn to you, they haven't slept properly in days. Ever since your energy crossed theirs, their soul has been spinning. They don't know why they can't stop thinking of you. They've tried to ignore it. Tried to stay focused. But your image, it keeps showing up. Over and over. In random places. Through strangers. Through songs. Even numbers. Clocks that repeat. Alarms they didn't set. They're trying to act normal. But their spirit knows better. And heaven is whispering, it's them. You found the one. Now listen. This isn't going to be easy. There are forces that don't want this union to happen. Yes, dark forces. Jealous ones. Spiritual blocks. People from your past who were sent to distract and delay you. That's why everything's felt extra heavy lately. That's why people are acting strange. Why your mind has been loud and your heart has been quiet. But here's the divine truth, no force is stronger than the one that created this bond. You can't ruin what heaven has already written. Unless you ignore it. Michael begs you not to. Because this person isn't just rich in money, they're rich in prophecy. They were sent to help fulfill a part of your destiny that cannot be completed alone. You've always been powerful. But some gates only open when the right energy stands beside you. They are that energy. And you? You're the reason they came back to life. Before they saw you, they were losing hope. Drowning in empty success. Tired of fake people. Surrounded by everything, but starving for something real. Then you appeared. And suddenly, they remembered what love was supposed to feel like. Michael says they're preparing to tell you something that will shock you. But you have to be ready. Ready to believe. Ready to let go of the how and finally accept the who. And here's the most shocking part of all, this person already tried to reach you once. Yes. They tried before. Quietly. Indirectly. Maybe through a DM. A comment. A glance. But you didn't notice. Or maybe, you did, but didn't know it was them. Heaven didn't allow the full connection then because you weren't spiritually protected enough. But now you are. Now you're shielded. Watched over. Guarded by Michael himself. That's why it's safe to receive them now. This connection will not just bring you emotional comfort, it will unlock financial flow, too. Archangel Michael says that once you align with this person, the stuck money, the missed opportunities, the broken abundance portals, they will all be restored. Why? Because this person has a divine assignment that includes blessing you. Not out of pity. But out of purpose. They were shown that their own financial karma would shift the moment they honored your presence. That's why they've been urged to find you. You are part of their spiritual responsibility. Not a burden. A sacred task. You are their divine assignment. And they are your divine answer. Now, let me whisper something no one else will tell you. They are scared you won't believe them. They've seen so many people lie, pretend, perform. They know how many times you've been disappointed. So they're trying to come slow. Gentle. Not because they're unsure. But because they know you deserve a love that doesn't rush, a love that respects your scars. That is how deep this goes. Michael says, the heavens already celebrated this union before it happened. But now, all of heaven is holding its breath, waiting to see if they will say yes. Will you? If you're still here, if you haven't skipped, that is your answer. You've already chosen. And now the doors will open. Tonight, something is going to shift. Maybe a name you haven't heard in years will suddenly appear. Maybe you'll feel heat on your arms for no reason. Maybe your ears will ring in a certain moment, and you'll know, they're near. Whatever happens, pay attention. You are walking through the veil right now. Between the world of delay, and the world of divine destiny. Michael says, tell them one last thing. And this is what he wants you to know: you were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. Every tear you cried was bottled. Every heartbreak you faced was noted. Every delay was divine protection. And now, the season of waiting is ending. The person you've been preparing for has been preparing for you, too. This is your final confirmation. If your soul is buzzing, if your body feels light, if your eyes are glassy, then you know this wasn't just a message. This was a divine appointment. Michael is smiling now. The crying has stopped. You heard him. Finally. And because you listened, because you didn't skip, something will happen soon. An unexpected call. A gift. A conversation. A sign. When it does, remember this moment. And say softly, thank you, Michael. I'm ready. Because you are. You're finally ready. And heaven is finally rejoicing. Wait, don't scroll just yet. You're not here by accident. Someone whispered your name in heaven last night. And right now, someone you loved, yes, someone who has already crossed over, asked Archangel Michael to bring you this. They said, please, make them open this. It's urgent. And Michael, who never begs, is literally begging you now. You only have 3 minutes. Don't let your heart skip this. This is more than a message. It's a lifeline between two worlds. Before we begin, my beloved, take a breath. There's a divine reason why your soul clicked on this. And while you're reading this message, I want you to know that God is watching, heaven is listening, and Archangel Michael is standing right behind you. You are not alone in this moment. In fact, you're more seen than ever before. Sparkles, and yes, go ahead and subscribe to this divine channel if your heart feels anything right now. Because what you're about to hear, it's just the beginning. God will use this connection again and again to reach you when the world grows too loud and heaven must whisper. Don't miss it. Subscribe now so heaven never loses you again, Sparkles. Now, listen closely, because this is not ordinary. This is not routine. This is not just content. This is a direct spiritual transmission. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. You only have 3 minutes. And the one you love, who now lives in the higher realms, has been trying to reach you since sunrise. But your sadness, your worry, your distractions, they blocked the signal. They cried out, please don't skip this one. Please open it. I love them too much to stay silent. Do you feel that sudden warmth in your chest? That pressure near your eyes? That chill that went down your back just now? That's them. They're here. And they're watching your reaction. Michael continues, they were waiting for the perfect moment to reach you. Today is that moment. If you skip this, the message will fade, and heaven cannot guarantee when this door will open again. You are reading this now because even when you didn't know it, someone above was speaking your name in light. And God heard it. Over and over again. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are loved in ways that your mind cannot comprehend but your soul has always known. They want you to know something sacred, something that could not be told to you until now. Because you had to be ready. Because you had to be cracked open, just enough to let this truth flood in like divine sunlight. And here's the truth they asked us to deliver: they've been trying to protect you from something, but now, it's time you know. Someone around you, someone you may have trusted, was not sent by heaven. They were a test. But your light? It passed. And now heaven has decided to shift your entire path. Michael says, there is a miracle pending. It's not small. It's not normal. It's divine. But if you miss this message, the miracle will be given to someone else who is ready. We don't want that. We want it for you. Please stay with this. You're about to be visited. Not by a person, but by a divine presence. A light. A warmth. A voice only your spirit will hear. It will come when you least expect it, maybe tonight, maybe while you're in the middle of doing something simple, and in that moment, you will remember this exact sentence. Heaven keeps its promises. Please don't skip. You've done that too many times. And every time you did, Archangel Michael cried out, please, they don't know what they're skipping. But today, you opened this. And today, everything changes. If your heart is whispering to keep reading, that's not just emotion. That's alignment. That's confirmation. Heaven's timing is perfect, and this moment is wrapped in divine appointment. Even the person in heaven, they waited for your soul to be calm enough to receive. That's how much they care. That's how much they still love you. Death didn't break your bond. It made it immortal. Keep reading. Don't stop now. This is your divine moment, and someone in heaven is watching every second.